I did not expect to be making this video. It's like a total surprise to me video. Um, but I have to talk about NewJeans. I just have to today. So here I am recording. Basically, I love NewJeans, and uh, I love everything that they've released. I love all of the music, the transmedia extensions, just all of the different dimensions of the lore and their performance videos that are part of that, and just the all the aesthetic that goes with it, the mix of like Y2K reworked nostalgia and the creepy dimensions. There's just so much. And so today when I got in the car and put on Spotify, I saw that there was a new album. And I mean, I knew something was coming because on my birthday, there had been a teaser released for something coming. And then I had seen that there was a video on this transmedia extension site, the Ban Heesoo site, that's supposed to be created by the character from Ditto, who's their friend, who they then die on, assumedly. And so I love that site, and I'm going to look at it a little bit now and maybe do a deeper dive into it another time. But yeah, so I saw that there was a video there yesterday that was Ditto, but with like Christmas elements, and it was a remix. And so I figured that was it. I didn't know that there was a whole new, essentially Christmas remix album coming out today. And so when I thought Christmas remix album, NewJeans, that seems kind of strange because a lot of the Christmas music is just kind of K-pop Christmas music. It's just sort of cheesy and fun in a cheesy way. I mean, like Stray Kids aside, most of what I've heard. And so I just didn't know what this was going to be like. And I put it on in the car. And I listened to the first song and a half, and I could not believe what I was hearing. I always want to make big faces for my reaction videos, and the faces I was making were very big. It was amazing, and I thought this would be actually really fun to do a listening reaction to. It's 45 minutes long. Like, it's not even a mini thing. It's 45 minutes long. And remix albums, I mean, they can be hit or miss, right? If the production's already really high in the first versions, and you also get attached to those versions, yeah, it can be iffy, and probably some people don't like this. It seems really more experimental from what I've heard so far than what I would have expected, what we've heard from NewJeans yet at all. But so I made myself stop listening to it so that I could listen to it without realizing it was 45 minutes long, and this is probably going to be a long process, and I don't know, maybe multiple videos. Actually, what I wanted to do right now was start with the trailer and then the video that released, I think yesterday or a couple days ago, and maybe that will be the first video, is the sort of the build up to this release, and then I'll do a listening video after that. Okay, so now let's move on and listen to watch the teaser. Here we go. This seems like it's just called 7, which was intriguing, and kind of goes with the simple like numbers that in the Ban Heesoo's YouTube account that make it look like she's just uploading and not renaming her videos. And I read a little now, and I realized that the 19th was the 1-year anniversary of Ditto, so I think that's why they were doing that, or part of why they're doing this project. I can't believe that it's been a year since Ditto came out. Ditto was absolutely the song that drew me much more deeply into NewJeans, from which there has been no coming back. Okay, so let's watch. Wait, are there different things? I didn't realize that this was a Nike. But I mean, they do so, like the Coca-Cola ads. They do such crazy things with their advertisements. And I'm going to talk about Zero, which is one of my very favorites, and like at the heart of the lore also. But like, let's look at this because it is, we have all this nostalgic imagery, and it's kind of it's nostalgic, doubly nostalgic now because it's coming uh, from the original music video that we're familiar with, right? But then it's also, we understand it as imagery of her memories. Um, uh, but then it does get a little shiny and more colorful with the introduction of the sneakers. That like little dash of red. I mean, of course, having a dash of red is kind of foreboding in the way that New Jeans does foreboding. But then, oh my God, to follow with the deer running, the deer that probably caused their death in the bus accident. I'm sorry, lore spoilers. Can you have lore spoilers at this point? Probably not, but that's my interpretation and understanding based on everything that I've put together from all the music videos, and way too much thinking about them. But it's running along with her in the school as part of the Nike ad. I don't even know what to do with that. That's amazing. I love that so much. Audio wise, I mean, I think this was a remix, and you just get a taste of that, sort of just a sense of like the sonic difference, uh, which I sort of picked up on, but I didn't realize that it meant we were going to get this whole new album with a whole new remix album, but that really transforms the sounds that we're quite familiar with. So let's just watch it one more time for the hell of it and see if we can find more. And we can also, like, let's just take it apart a little bit here. Uh, I can't help but look at an image and think about the composition, the mise en scène of it, and it's so gloomy and dark, but the use of light in the far back, uh, it sort of looks like it's like the light at the end of the tunnel, or a kind of heavenly light, that just creates this like eeriness to it from the very first moment. Um, that we're in a school, but you sort of feel like the school is in it's like a fake school surrounded by clouds in the middle of the sky, right? In a nowhere's land. I kind of feel that when I see this image. And then you also have the light of the windows in the front, the sense that there are spaces in which things happen that we don't have access to. And the stairs, I think, give that as well. There's for some over analysis, all on my new name for you. So then they come busting through that door that we didn't have access to. Um, and they're full of joy, and they're all dressed in white. And yes, it's like school sports clothes, and that they're very sort of unstylized well, it's a particular kind of style, but it's like it looks extremely casual and uniformed. They're dressed for gym class, basically. And so there's a sense of kind of unrefined, undistilled joy here. But with the Nike shoes. I'm sorry, they're so funny. It's so funny. Okay, I like the shoes. I like the high platform. That would give me some height. And they're all running past the door. Sorry, they're all running past the stairs that are again lit by light and moving upwards as if you could ascend, but they're all running past it, which I feel like hints to the sort of tragic elements of their story. And if you missed the tragicness of that, they're not getting to ascend into the light. There's the deer, the ominous deer that runs with them, but also the wild deer that kind of represents their wildness or beyondness, which I think is like reaffirmed in later music videos. Most especially Cool with You. Okay, so that's what I can say out of those two brief 20-second segments, or the one brief 20-second segment that I watched twice. Okay, so next up, let's watch this video just labeled with the date 2023 12/19, that Ban Heesoo uploaded to her YouTube channel. and on the anniversary of Ditto, the 1-year anniversary of Ditto. I really love the juxtaposition of the two dates, right? So we've got the 2023 12/19 as the name of the video in the left corner, but then we've got the December 19th, 1997. Oh, so it's also December 19th, suggesting that the events or this memory this is also the anniversary of this memory. That just gave me chills. Okay, moving forward.
희수는 맨날 찍기만 해. 희수야 그거 아니야. 실패. 희수 지금 물 마시러 갔어.
So it's all these little moments from December, and that explains, the holiday season, the Christmas tree. And I love the way they're not just using like VHS filters here to create a sense of nostalgia, but they kind of keep interrupting the image so we can come in and out.
희수 지금 물 마시러 갔어.
Oh, and that's so creepy if you pause on it. So that's, potentially her love interest. We know this image. We could put this together as a puzzle, but it's like it's from another universe. We can't quite reach it. And I got chills again.
나중에 카메라 켜도 되겠다. 야, 그러면 우리 꼭.
Do you think that means she's recording this over her recording of him? I mean, that would make sense, like in terms of technology, because VHS camcorder recordings were messy. That could absolutely be what's happening.
찍어줘야 돼, 알았지? 콧발이다. 우리 사슴 됐어.
Oh, and I love this addition. So this is like hearkening back. When did they shoot this? Did they shoot this last year? And it didn't get included? They must have. I don't know. But so it's like the blackboard with all the kind of lore-y, creepy imagery, but now it's holidayified. I love having their voices, of the memory playing against this version of the song. It's beautiful. Oh, did you see the deer ornament? Okay, creepy. I mean, I know it's Christmas, but it's also creepy.
희수 어때? 큐하긴 하다.
Oh, talk about that heavenly light on the outside and this sort of sense of the magic nowhereness beyond this memory. That image is gorgeous. And then it's casting them in these beautiful, eerie colors. But also obliterating their image or our access to the image, and probably also what they could see, right? If you get blinded by the sun.
결정해, 너 어디야? 너 슈크림이지? 희수야. 아니야. 희수 우리랑 슈크림이지. 빨리 와. 많이 도와주고. 너도 할 거야?
What is that she's holding? I guess that's some is that a marshmallow Christmas thing? I mean, I think it is, but it's so creepy. Okay. And there's this desaturated mise en scène, but with the pops of red, except instead of a Nike shoe, it's a Santa, it's a snowman nose or Rudolph nose. Oh yeah, so that is these like marshmallow people that they're creating who they're then going to eat, mind you. Okay, what is that? That is a kind of creepy creature. Oh, there's a bunny in there. Look, we're in there, bunnies. We're in the marshmallow thing they're gonna eat.
이게 더 무서운데? 내가
Okay, yeah. Like I'm gonna talk in another video about the bunny and how it's creepy, and I love it because it's creepy. Like, okay, look at the dripping blood from the eye and the mouth, and then it's like is it a skeleton? The bottom. That's amazing.
이게 더 무서운데? 내가 1등이네.
Oh, right. Of course, it's a skeleton because it's in the biology classroom right next
이게
to
더
the
무서워.
skeleton. So they created a marshmallow version of the like anatomical displays in the science classroom. Of course they did.
내가 1등이네, 무서운 거. 만들었어. 춥다, 빨리 가자.
And there's the deer again, just in case you missed it the first time.
Not just anybody 너를 상상했지 항상 다 있던 처음 느낌 그대로 난 기다렸지 All this time I got nothing to lose 널 좋아한다고 라따따따 울린 심장 But I don't want to stay
I mean, so this seems mostly like reused imagery from the music video now. I do kind of wonder if there's different things written on the cast this time, but my guess is it looks the same.
in the middle, like you a little. Don't want no riddle. 말해줘, say it back, don't say it out. 아침이 너무 멀어서 say it out. I don't want to walk in this middle. 다 아는 건 아니어도 바라던 대로. 말해줘, say it back, I'll say it out. I want you so say it out.
Oh, it's so lovely. And other than the cast scene, there's sort of no reference to the tragedy. Um, but because, of course, this is a year later, we know. And so it becomes more bittersweet somehow, if that was possible, um, because we're bringing that extra knowledge with us rather than like, so there's less of the creepy effect of like discovering it and more of the sense of like bittersweet. It's like a sentimentality, a kind of emotional response. Yeah, I mean, there obviously were those moments of creepiness, but I feel like there's also a sort of a lot of love and sadness that I felt as I was watching it. Okay, so things I am delighted about these like this teaser video and then the surprise Ditto new MV. I mean, I think just the fact that there's new Ditto, that they're continuing the that aspect of the storyline and the lore, not continuing it, I mean, revisiting it, but suggesting that it's still present with us and kind of expanding it and asking us to think about it again, continuing with it in that there's more media surrounding it. I have been like really hoping that the lore story that is mostly in Ditto and Zero, and could be arguably connected to OMG. I'd been hoping because I just really love it that it wouldn't just go away. Um, and I mean, I have some theories about how it might fit into a more fluid, flexible lore. But I had just been hoping it would stick around. I didn't expect to get like actually more in this return. So I'm really delighted with that. And then I certainly didn't expect I guess I should have known. I wasn't in the loop, but I didn't expect this whole other remix album. So I am gonna try listening to that next. I'm dying. Like, I heard the first song and a half, and I really can't wait to hear the rest of it. So I'm gonna do that next. And I'm excited. All right. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on this Ditto revisit. Okay.